Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of Broken Sword Games. Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars is a 1996 point-and-click adventure game developed by Revolution Software. The player assumes the role of George Staubert, an American tourist in Paris, as he attempts to unravel a deep conspiracy involving a sinister cult and a hidden treasure. Seeing him travel to various locations around Europe and the Middle East, the game's storyline was conceived to feature a serious tone and heavily influenced by research on Knights Templar by Cecil. Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror, was released in 1997. The player assumes the role of George Staubert, a young American who was an eyewitness to the kidnapping of his girlfriend Nicole Collard. The Smoking Mirror incorporates some humor and graphics animated in the style of classic animated films. It was the fourth and last game built with the Virtual Theater engine, which was used to render the locations of the game's events.
Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen.
The Key of Solomon
Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon, was released in 2003. The Sleeping Dragon moved the series to 3D graphics and is the only game in the series not to use a point-and-click interface. The player assumes the role of George Staubert, an American patent lawyer who flies to the Congo to write a patent for a scientist who claims to have found a source of unlimited energy. The game's music was composed by Ben McCullough, and Rolf Saxon returned to voice George Staubert. Broken Sword, The Angel of Death, was released in 2006. The player assumes the role of George Staubert, an American patent lawyer, as he and Anna Maria, a girl with an old manuscript, search for a great treasure that the manuscript leads them to. The game uses a point-and-click interface, though George's moves can be controlled using a keyboard. George must collect objects that can be used with other collectible objects, parts of the scenery. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. The director's cut is a 2009 enhanced remake and director's cut of the classic 1996 point-and-click adventure game Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. Unlike in the original game, where George Staubert is the only playable character, Nicole Collard is controllable for selected game sections. Depending on the platform, the game is played through a point-and-click interface.
A bust of Pierre Cachon.
Broken Sword, The Smoking Mirror, Remastered is a remastered edition of the original game. The game features the same basic story, but has additional features, including fully animated facial expressions, higher quality audio, an interactive comic book, cloud save support, context-sensitive hints, a game diary, and a new user interface. Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse was released in 2013. Via a point-and-click or touch user interface, the player will guide protagonists George Staubert and Nicole Collard. One of the new gameplay elements explored in the game will be the manipulation and combining of knowledge, so the player will have to connect threads of knowledge in order to draw logical conclusions, allowing them to proceed.
Parents.
Broken Sword 6, The Parzival Stone, is an upcoming point-and-click adventure game developed by Revolution Software. In Parzival Stone, George and Nika will go in search of the mythical Holy Grail, but not in the way one would expect, according to a press release. They will travel to Montségur in southern France, a former stronghold of the Cathar Christian sect, and confront tech entrepreneurs, government agencies, and energy corporations in a story that also includes Nazi treasure hunters.
Well, let's get a drink and you can bring me up to speed.
I do believe it's your round.
Sure, un vin blanc, coming up. And if you see a